We are Georgia and David. In March of 2022, we quit our jobs to travel the world full-time. We are currently exploring Mexico, and our goal is to visit 100 Pueblos Magicos.
Welcome to Todos Santos. This tiny little Pueblo Magico is going to be our home for the next week. And in this video, we're going to show you the best places to eat, the coolest things to do here. And if you stay tuned to the end, we'll give you a tour of our Airbnb, as well as a breakdown of all of our expenses. Well, we definitely tried to get an early start this morning. Todos Santos is a very popular day trip destination from Los Cabos. So since we stayed the night here, we figured we could beat the crowds.
And our first stop after getting our family photo was Mision de Todos Santos.
That is one interesting fact, is that the main churches in this area, they're not like cathedrals or iglesias. They are actually all missions.
Todos Santos is known for their art scene, and there are shops and galleries all over town.
And this one behind us here is a little bazaar, but they have made themselves quite famous. Their name is Beso Mi Mucho, which means kiss me a lot, and they have created their own little legend. So supposedly if you kiss in front of these big beso lips, you will be together forever, and then if you put a lock on the wall behind us, then you will be together past forever, all eternity. We don't have a lock with us, so forever is going to have to do.
This wall of colorful license plates is probably the most Instagram photo spot in all of Todos Santos, and it is the end of the impressive Artesanía market.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Well, for a long time, this hotel claimed to be the inspiration for that famous Eagles song.
But the Eagles sued them and won, so evidently it wasn't. But a lot of people still come here to get their photo.
Yeah, it still is kind of cool. Well, after checking out all of those galleries, we were starting to get hot and thirsty and hungry. So we have come to Quesadillas Muñe, and they make all of their tortillas handmade, blue corn. Here I have the tinga, and then we have the asada steak, and then we have the chicharrón prensado, and then giant Topo Chicos.
Yet again, Georgia was distracted by shiny sterling silver earrings and couldn't resist buying another pair.
Well, at the end of the little Mercado de Artesanías, there is a bar, and they have this test your luck wheel. We have write a book, get married, work, and drink. See, I'm really hoping for drink. I'm hot. Oh, look at that. Time to get a drink.
So after Georgia did some shopping and bought some earrings, we decided to head back to the Airbnb to wait out the hottest part of the day.
Yep, but now we are back out at 6 o'clock. Sun sets here around 7 this time of year. And we are heading over to Todos Santos Brewing to get ourselves a couple of beers. And then I think after that, we're going to head to a taco spot.
Well, Todos Santos Brewing didn't work out for us.
Apparently they're having a problem with their taps, and only 6 are working, and the only 6 that are working are all ales. And we like dark beers, or at least a brown, and everything was like IPAs. So if you like those, they definitely have a ton of those here. But I think we're going to try to find somewhere else to grab a drink.
The tacos at El Poblano were absolutely delicious. The pastor was well seasoned and had an almost Christmassy flavor.
So tonight we have reservations at the Green Room, which is supposed to be one of the best restaurants to watch sunset.
But first, we are stopping at the taco spot that we came to the other day. They had absolutely fantastic shrimp tacos, specifically the coconut shrimp. And since the Green Room is very pricey, their cocktails are like 350 pesos, tacos are like 300. We're gonna stop here and get a little bite to eat before we head over there.
We've made it to the Green Room.
I was able to make this reservation online with Open Table, and the drive here was down a very bumpy, unpaved road. It took us about 15 minutes, but now we're standing right out in front of their huge organic garden, and we're getting ready to head inside.
As expected, the prices were high, but fortunately, so was the quality. The cocktails were perfectly balanced and beautifully presented. The tostadas were fresh and had unique flavor combinations. The sunset view was absolutely spectacular, and on our way out, we were able to see why it was called the Green Room.
So on top of Todos Santos' art scene, they're also known for their surfing, especially at Cerritos Beach, which is where we're heading today.
But our first stop is Cerritos Beach Dogs and Coffee, which is a coffee shop. We just got a cold brew. They have a good selection of vegan milks. We got almond milk. They also had soy and oat milk. Cold brew is quite good, but all the profits from their coffee go to their dog rescue. So here they actually have 16 dogs currently. The majority of them are in quarantine, but they did have a few for adoption. Did you catch how many?
3.
So 3 you can actually adopt. The 3 that you can adopt are out here that you can play with them. And they have a bunch of little puppies that will soon be ready to adopt. But I think what they're doing here is really cool. We first saw it on YouTube, I don't know, maybe it was like 2 years ago. There is a famous vlogging couple, Eamon and Beck, and they came down here and actually helped set up this rescue. So we saw it actually being built. So it's neat to be here in person, and I definitely recommend stopping by, especially if you are a dog lover.
So at Cerritos Beach Dogs, I bought a t-shirt to support the cause. It was 500 pesos.
Yeah, it's so neat what they're doing there. She said that they usually adopt out 1 dog or more per week, usually about 1 in the slow season and even more in the high season. So I just think what they're doing is so cool, and it would be so neat to do something like that one day. But now we have made it down to Cerritos Beach, and there are a ton of surf rental places where you can rent your boards and wetsuits, and then there's a ton of surf schools as well. So we're gonna watch the surfing for a little bit and then see if there's somewhere we can get a drink.
So of all the beach club options, or all the restaurants that are on the beach, there was only one open. I assume that's because we're here in the low season.
Yeah, I'm sure during high season they're all open, but La Tuna was the only option we had. The Michelob Ultras were 70 pesos each, which is a little bit expensive, but the view was great. We enjoyed watching the surfers. I think now we're gonna head back into town to get something to eat though. Well, after those absolutely delicious tacos, and I do mean super delicious, I think they're the best we've had in Baja. The camarones were definitely the winner. But since it was just kind of like a roadside shack, there were no beers and there certainly weren't any margaritas. So now we have come to Tequila Sunrise Bar, and we've gotten some of their famous margaritas. I have the Damiana, which is a special liqueur that's just from this area, and then David got the jalapeno, and as you can see, they are huge. They were 240 pesos each, but let's see how this one is. He said that I had to stir it very well before I tried it. All right. Oh, that's super good. It's very citrusy, and it does taste strong. I'm gonna go ahead and try David's. Oh, it's also very strong, and you can taste the jalapeno. It's only slightly spicy. Well, I definitely do recommend coming here and getting the margaritas, but I recommend just getting one. This is definitely the strongest margarita of my life. If you watch our channel, you know Dave and I, we drink fairly regularly. Lots of beers, margaritas, mezcal, wine, whatever. But you can see, I haven't finished that much of this, and I'm already feeling it. So really strong, but really delicious.
Later we Googled and found out that Damiana had some effects similar to THC found in marijuana, and that is why Georgia was feeling extra happy.
While today Todos Santos is known for their artwork and their surfing, it used to be known for its sugarcane production. The building behind us here used to be a sugar mill, and now it's a restaurant named Oystera.
And as that name suggests, they specialize in oysters. And while this restaurant is absolutely gorgeous, oysters just really aren't our thing. And we want to celebrate our 99th Pueblo Magico. And I don't know if I mentioned that before, but Todos Santos makes Pueblo Magico number 99 for us. So we're gonna head next door to Vino Park, which looks to have some very delicious pizzas and wine.
So we just finished up our dinner here at Vino Park, and it was excellent.
It really was. We got a bottle of rosé, which was a very nice bottle. The service was completely excellent. The music and the atmosphere was also awesome. It is in a beautiful garden. The pita that we started with, it was listed on the appetizer section, so we thought it was gonna be some, like kind of froofy small appetizer, but it wasn't. It was a full-size pita, absolutely stuffed with short rib. Super delicious. Then we got the burrata pizza, and then we got it again. Yeah. It was really that good. I think it is the new winner for the best pizza we've ever had in Mexico. That burrata cheese was fantastic. The sauce was like fresh and a little bit acidic and a little bit sweet. The crust was nice and bubbly, had that sourdough flavor, and then was nice and charred. Really couldn't have been better. We absolutely loved our dinner. We're gonna take another little stroll around the garden here. They've got some little vineyards. And then I think that's kind of it for Todos Santos. We have absolutely loved our stay here. This was our Airbnb for the past week here in Todos Santos. You can see we had parking behind the gate. That car was inoperable, so it never had to be moved. This is a very unique space. It's all one huge room. So you can see here, I had a place to do my makeup. They had a nice little couch over there, dining area. We had 2 beds. That's the one we chose to sleep in. And then this was kind of like the TV watching bed, because there was the TV, which you can see is in this very long kitchen. And we had a fridge. There's kind of like a little makeshift closet space. And then here was the full bathroom. Host was very nice, location was great and walkable. The only thing is the floors are really, really dirty. I actually washed this one square so you can kind of see. So we had to keep our socks on the whole time. But other than that, everything was good. And now for that cost breakdown. We spent $458 for 7 nights in that well-located Airbnb. We spent just $27 on transportation, $162 at bars and on alcohol, $506 at restaurants, $116 on groceries, $70 on personal care. That brings the grand total to $1,339, or just $191 per day. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them down below. If you haven't already, check out last week's video where we explore Cabo San Lucas.